Look at that, guys. Honestly, it feels like keto sheet pan pancakes. What do we like that? Like lean forward. Hey guys, I'm Dave. We're back in the kitchen. We're preheating our oven to 350 degrees, and we're about to try something I've never tried. I'm gonna use a little cookie sheet here for this, and I'm gonna put some parchment paper on it, like that. It's beautiful. Let's set that aside. We are going to take some sort of dirty blender, and we're gonna blend up some cottage cheese. Now, I've never made this before, but I was talking to my buddy on the podcast. I do a podcast with him. His name's Dan. And we were talking about like the Blackstone griddle and all that stuff, not sponsored. And was there stuff? What is on? There's like old cottage cheese on here. I'm such a good dishwasher. Gross. I mean, I'm not gonna rewash it, don't get me wrong. It's good enough. Maybe if someone else is eating this. I'm just making this for me today. We want cottage cheese and we want a cup of it. But I was talking to my friend Dan on the Crumbs and Convos podcast, world's greatest food podcast. As rated by yours truly. I mean, basically no one else has said it's the world's greatest food podcast, but I have said it. So we were talking about pancakes, and I was asking Dan how he cooks his pancakes. And he told me he cooks them on a sheet pan, which I had literally never heard of. 1 cup of cottage cheese. I was like, man, that's kind of cool. I wonder if I could do a sheet pan keto pancake. Something that's keto, but like a really awesome pancakey breakfast. Now the concern would be that, you know, it might end up not tasting like pancakes. You know, maybe it's gonna taste eggy or like pure almond flour. So it's gonna be a challenge, but we're gonna see if we can pull it off. And we're gonna try to make like 3 different variants of it, like a plain and a chocolate chip and a blueberry, even though half the blueberries fell on the ground. So we're gonna blend up our cottage cheese in a blender. Do I wanna try to add it all into this little mixer? Because there's a bunch of other, like I need to add 4 eggs. Will it all fit? I feel like maybe I'm supposed to like take it out and use like that kind of blender, probably. Yeah, I think we'll need to take it out of this. I don't think it'll fit. So anyways, we've got the cottage cheese all blent. So we're going to just take it out and put it into a nice like glass bowl so you can see it. And then we'll add our other ingredients to that. So yeah, nice and smooth. But yeah, I think it's really exciting. The concept of a sheet pan pancake that's keto. This would be a great breakfast option if it works. I will tell you, I'll be honest, if it ends up disgusting and tasting nothing like a pancake, I will let you know. But hopefully we can actually pull it off and it's got a little bit of a pancake vibe at least. Or even if it's not perfectly pancakey, maybe it'll be good. I just cracked an egg on the floor by accident. It rolled off the edge. That's a bummer. Gross. Isn't there some sort of like wisdom-filled statement about that? Like, can't break an egg without breaking an egg, or sometimes you gotta crack a few eggs. I don't know. There's 2. We're gonna add 4 total eggs to this. 3. Do not put the shells in there. They're too crunchy. 4. We're then gonna add a 1/4 cup of heavy cream, which by the way, I went to Publix and like the brand name heavy cream was $8 for a quart. No, half a quart. Half a quart was $8. This 1 quart Publix brand was $4. So I was like, I guess I'll get the 1 quart, even though I only need a 1/4 cup. So hopefully I can find another use for the heavy cream. We then want 3 tablespoons of melted or browned butter. This was frozen. I had this in the freezer because I bought too much butter. So I was like, I'll just freeze some of it. I don't want to brown the butter. It's too much work. It's actually not. Here's a little secret. If I'm going to brown the butter, I got to set up a camera on the stove top, and that's a 4th camera, and I don't want to. A little bit of a slacker. And it's not gonna make that big of a difference in the flavor. While that butter is melting in the microwave, I'm gonna do a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar into this mix. We're also gonna add 3 tablespoons of Swerve. It's like a allulose type keto sweetener. 1, 2, and 3 tablespoons of that. We'll put in our butter, which has melted as well. This is basically our wet mix. I need a blender if I can find one. You know, everyone's always talking about like the betting apps now, how like people bet on everything. Like words Mr. Beast will say in a video. I think there could be like, you know, definitely some opportunity there with my content. Like, will Dave make a huge mess when blending? These are not staying in properly because I don't think they're the right attachments. So let's hope for the best. Be very careful. Apply pressure. We don't want to over blend because then we might end up with like a whipped pancake because there's heavy cream in there, right? So we want to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. As you guys know, I just bought new measuring equipment for like my last video. Well, good news, I already lost a teaspoon. So we're just gonna do most of a tablespoon because a tablespoon is 3 teaspoons. So that's gonna be about 2 teaspoons. Mix it up. Oh no, oh no, oh no, no, don't fall out. Mix it up again. Okay, good stuff. We're gonna push this out of the way and we're gonna get us another slightly bigger bowl. And in this bigger bowl, we're gonna put a 1/3 cup of almond flour, fine almond flour. Well, this is pretty fine. It says it's super fine. Then we want 3 tablespoons of oat fiber powder, which I bought this for the last video. What video was that? The perfect pizza. 1, 2, and 3 tablespoons of that. So I figured we could integrate it into some future recipes so we didn't waste money on it. Okay, we then want 1/4 cup of protein powder. This is IsoPure unflavored protein powder. 0 carb protein from whey protein isolate. I think the important part is that it's from whey protein isolate. We want 1/4 cup of that into our mix. We need 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. So there's a half, this is a half measure, so I'm just gonna do it 3 times, 2 and 3. 1/2 teaspoon of just baking powder, or baking soda, I'm sorry, not powder. We already did the baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, like that. And then 1/8 teaspoon of xanthan gum, which I'm gonna use my 1/4 teaspoon and just do like half of it. So we're just gonna whisk those together, I guess, or mix them together, however you wanna do it, until they're mostly smooth, like so. This isn't that much more complicated than making pancakes from scratch, honestly. Then we're gonna add in our wet ingredients. And I'm gonna use a little spatula to try to make sure I don't leave any behind if I can help it, or leave a limited amount behind. So we're gonna combine the wet and dry. We're gonna mix it until it's smooth, not that long, maybe 30 seconds, like so. Get it nice and mixed up. This is gonna be our pancake batter for our sheet pan keto cottage cheese pancake, the ultimate breakfast for the keto star in you. We hope it's delicious. Do I have any sticking to the bottom? No, I think we're pretty good. Now, a very important step you can't skip. We need to let this rest for 7 minutes. So 7 minutes, let it rest. All right, for our toppings, because we're gonna do kind of 4 varieties. We're gonna do one with blueberry, one with dark chocolate, Lily's chips, like low carb chocolate chips. And for the last one, we're gonna get a little wild. I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm gonna melt some cream cheese up. Dang it, why did I do that? Anyways, cream cheese, like really softened, super softened. A little bit of cinnamon, and like a teaspoon of that Swerve granular again. Get that all mixed up, and that'll be like our cinnamon sugar section of the pancake. That should be pretty good, I think. But we'll add all those once it finishes resting. Oh, the other thing, before I forget, we're gonna crumple this up. The reason we're gonna crumple that up is it makes it just easier to have it like shape the way you want it to. Once it's crumpled, see that? It's kind of sitting better. But take a little butter and just lightly butter the parchment paper. We really don't want it sticking. So, and that's like one of my biggest concerns, that this thing's gonna stick. Okay, so it has been 7 minutes. We're gonna dump out our batter into our sheet pan. I don't know if the sheet pan's too small. I think I'm probably good with this smaller pan, and I can try to give you the measurements for it, but spread that out, or spread it out if you're Canadian. All right, this is our big sheet pan pancake. We want it kind of even width throughout. Okay, perfect. Then we're gonna take our toppings. So on one side, I'm just gonna drop some Lily's dark chocolate chips, like a couple tablespoons worth, like that. The next side, I'm gonna do blueberries, right here. I love me some blueberry pancakes. We gotta be careful, there's a decent amount of carbs in those. And then on the final side, we will, I don't know, we're gonna try to see if we can get some of the cinnamon sugar mix in here. I don't know if that's gonna really work. Can't all be rainbows and butterflies. I was gonna try to mix it in like this, but I don't know, the cinnamon sugar side is maybe, well, okay, maybe. Let me add a little more. We'll see, we'll try them all, see if that messes with the texture. I'm concerned it may mess with our texture a little bit, doing the cinnamon sugar side. But whatever, it's good enough. Into the oven, 350 degrees for 16 to 20 minutes. If I was just making this for myself, I probably would just pick one flavor, like maybe just a chocolate chip or just plain, just cinnamon, you know what I mean? I probably wouldn't do 4 different ones. I'm doing that so we can try them all, see what works good, and then you guys will know if you want to make them yourself. 16 to 20 minutes, we're gonna come back and check on them. Guys, 17 minutes, I checked it at 17 minutes, and it honestly looks done at just 17 minutes. So that's kind of cool, that's quicker than I thought it would be. It feels like kind of springy. Yeah, it doesn't feel jiggly or anything. It's got a nice brown top from the swerve. We're gonna let it rest for like 8 to 10 minutes to let it fully set. Okay, so this is gonna be my thumbnail, I think. Go even closer, like that. That'll be a good thumbnail right there. All right, so I let this rest for about 10 minutes. I'm ready to crack it open and see what we have. I'm hopeful, but not overly confident. Let's just try cutting it down the middle and seeing what happens here. Honestly, it looks pretty pancakey. I'm pretty pleased with the look. I'm gonna do my 4 little quadrants here, and then we'll just cut out a little piece and see if it... Oh, okay, here we go. Look at this. Look at this. That looks like a pancake, guys. Kinda. Which one did I get? Oh, this is a blueberry. So should we try it? Normally I would put butter on my pancakes, but I don't know. Okay, interesting. It tastes like a pancake. The texture is a little spongy for a pancake, but I imagine that would go away if I let it sit for a little bit longer. But the taste is pancakey. Let's see if I can try the chocolate chip one. It's actually really good. It's actually a tasty treat. Hold on, let's try this. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, I think if you let it sit a little longer, it's gonna start to be a little less spongy, be more pancakey. Look at that, guys. Honestly, it feels like I'm eating a chocolate chip pancake right now. That's pretty wild. Wow, that's really good. Let me get some of the cinnamon sugar one. This is that cinnamon sugar. This one, I don't know about the texture here. You can see kind of the cinnamon sugar in there. Looks kind of weird. No, I don't like that. Don't do the cinnamon sugar. That one was gross. And then of course we've got plain, but I guess we know what plain tastes like. So if I was really having pancakes, my go-to was always chocolate chip pancake with a little bit of butter. I'm not a syrup guy, so it doesn't really bother me that there's no syrup. Although they make like sugar-free syrup and stuff, I don't know. But yeah, a little buttery. Wow. Okay, it's amazing actually. It's like legitimately amazing. I highly recommend you try the cottage cheese sheet cake pancakes. And as they cool, the texture and the feeling, the mouthfeel is tasting more and more like a real pancake. If you look at it, it's getting rid of that sponginess and tasting more and more like a real pancake every second it kind of cools. So I'd let it cool like 10 minutes. I think I let mine cool like 6 minutes. Hey guys, subscribe if you haven't. Click the like button, click the hype button. Check out my website, grab you some handmade soap or some cool stuff that I 3D print, and we'll see you next time.